cheese bakes as we asked, but it's a new element.
មានអីចែក fan 40k ពងធ្វើអាវនេះពងធ្វើអាវចាំមើលធ្វើបានចាំយកវិញ
over in the Amers.
Oh, the Amers,
MCT. We saw a lot of fighter.
XP matchup. We'll see who can take game 1 here in our final series.
អរគុណហ៊ីម៉ាលីសម្រាប់បុកលុយ 2000 រៀល
អូថាម៉ាលីយក ALB
I did not
Mình
expect
con
today
A bong, ok.
to be a sweep day, Gideon, and hopefully it's
Yay!
not
Okay, subscriber!
the group stages of MSC. This draft, though, is something we have to always talk about. I mean, today has been a little bit
I have to admit it is. Fighters have come into play this time around, and I think that IG has a bit of work to do, right? First off, we're already starting on a different side of the map, just in case things go wrong for Moscow. I'm looking at the emblem setup as well, and it looks to be a very, very good spread overall. We're not looking for anybody who's trying to go above and beyond the Master Assassin on its side.
The fact that we have
celebration
the hands of Hiko
backflip back call
players before that came through the league made a statement on his first international appearance. The thing is now you have a
អរគុណម៉ៅច័ន្ទដារ៉ាវ៉ៃសម្រាប់បុកលុយ$1អាមេរិក
And this is what I like.
គេសៃមិញអាឡៃ celebration មិញគង់ A
kicked around a little bit here.
ម៉ាលីយកគេម៉ាលី
But nonetheless, with this kind of idea for a composition, this could hyper scale your lane. I think you give the scaled up really quickly for Zarigwas. And again, this is a player who I think a lot of people were looking forward to play. Was just last year, but he was unfortunately not able to compete just in his appearance last year. But now we can see in the hands of a Ling who seems to be rising in stock value right now in the current meta.
Yeah, I mean every assassin player wants to get their hands on Ling. Not only with ultra mobility, but genuinely just an absolute menace to play around.
How do they
A lot of it, I think, has to be directed towards After that, we don't really know, right? Somebody on the side of TS has to make that mistake unless IG can force it out of them. And for now, I don't see that happening considering the double fighters are just good at fighting early, right? Can't win the 2v2 skirmishes anymore. Even the mid lane is a little bit hard to contest as of yet until Roy is able to find a good ult, and even then, there's only one good ult right now.
Yeah, you can see that too. Hiko just going to go ahead and cut in that wave again. Hiko versus that Moscow matchup. It's not the normal.
Good
little attempt. SOD
thrown out.
Purple buff.
This
is I feel like the result of just this composition. I mean, no one's committing to the turtle. They just want to make plays elsewhere.
Yeah, this is really, really interesting. You know, holding up the retribution, able to make invasion happen. And I think if you're in IG's position, if you try to attempt a counter invading something to the turtle, it will be too late and Salo will go forward. So at that point, you probably don't want to send too many members.
control និង subscribe YouTube channel របស់ Kaka42 អរគុណច្រើនខ្លាំងមែនថ្ងៃណាមួយពេលចាប់ MSC យើងធ្វើការ live ដាច់យប់ 24 ម៉ោងអាច live យប់នឹងបានទេព្រោះស្អែកយើងត្រូវ you know ស្អែកធ្វើការងារ MSC ខាត 3 ថ្ងៃចុះគ្នាអរគុណនៃការអបអរសាទរបងប្អូនអរគុណច្រើនមានអីខាពីខ្ញុំដៃ10ទេកូនខ្មែរមានសុភ័ក្រអរគុណអរគុណច្រើន
EWC doing his thing. He's going to continue to farm up. He's got the SOD available now, so it's just resulted into no one giving it a go. This turtle started up by
ខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាតារះបោះនេះតំណង
All right,
តារះបោះខាងសិង្ហបុរីយ៉ាងតំណងតែដឹង gameplay មែនព្រោះតារះគេ aggressive ណា early គេ snowball តែ early ទប់បញ្ចប់គេ snowball ទៅមកតែបើទប់ជាប់ late game អត់មានណាគេវាយ Urena ងាប់ទេណា late game មានណាវាយ Urena ងាប់ទេ
Hiko was making his way for that fight too. If they wanted to go and collapse down, if IG didn't disengage the way they did,
តែបន្ទប់អត់ជាប់ game នេះ ពីឡតទៅ ពីឡតទៅមក
We're going to look at the replay here brought to us by
STC. អរគុណច្រើន
taking happens really fast. Good usage there.
អត់ដឹងទេដល់គេអ្នករើសឯ caster ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំអត់ដឹងដែរខ្ញុំអត់សូវហ៊ាននិយាយអីទេគេអ្នករើសគេហៅខ្ញុំមួយ iFrog ហ្នឹង last minute ទេចង់រយគេគេ confirm ខ្ញុំមួយ iFrog ហ្នឹង last minute យកខ្ញុំមួយ iFrog ឲ្យខា
it's just unfortunate that Kevin just didn't have Star Moon came through, and when you're in that cooldown,
complain tới EWC, MSC, Mobile Legends tới
your opponent is one level ahead. For now, I mean, this is exactly what we expect from the position like these people can take damage from days and keep up us like, there's way of the dragon that comes through, but no one fears with the SOD already connecting.
Ta phép lại nước bạn lên á. Ta phép lại nước bạn lên. Kevin ngọt bạn. Ok, bye Kevin. Này chain. Chain này lo mấy bữa Kevin nó rúa. Kevin ban farm biết bạn lên mình Kevin. Bữa đó ra là Moscow cứ free farm hả? Moscow ở lại link đây là game nào kia đăng ngày mới này cái này lên Moscow. AB nó là Kaka42 này Kaka42 vô 500 pick. Moscow ở lại link đây là game. Pakito Moscow có lại này. Lát game mà lên sao chứ ná, tả ní á. Team Spirit so tha tới bootcamp nơi tên mà lấy rồi đó bây giờ tất cả là ha. Chơi vậy, tới tên mà lấy tới mấy cắt khu tên mà lấy mấy vậy. Linh là lấy tại sao mày ta nó kinh nerf full control bạn Linh tranh má nè, bạn nerf full control lên cắt. Người ta con tao muốn thon là đà bàn nerf full control. Nerf control mẹ ơi đọ mẹ ơi bật cắt tha control bị on đi, còn tha control vì ơi mẹ ta bao control và bạn đọ lên cho mình là assassin. Hai assassin vì bài lên chiêng. Control nó tự đọ man chăng? Có tha nó pe dân đọ control to là experience lên chứ chỉ mệt đầy mệt.
Coming through too, we'll just bring you down to half health before you know it. Now Turtle's up.
Họ có năng subscribe bọn này đó kia, thank you.
As well as Diablo, they got to go ahead and grab that purple buff. But we might just see it once again where IG wants to go ahead and take their time for this turtle.
Subscriber.
Just because again, the firepower-wise, they need time to go and build up.
Speaking of which, I am interested in the item build in just a second here. Hasclaw done by Zara Egoist. Let's see how this is going to play out. He still has Tempest of Blades, so it's really difficult for him to actually, you know, not miss the retribution. He hits it. Now Kevin is dead. Pretty easy.
Cái đọc sợ cái mình đọc bộ. Lúc mình về bà bị chọc khẳng.
Too many ults, and now they get Diablo, but no one Fury as well. Flicker 4 doesn't catch anybody, and that's a double.
Giờ đây thơ make sexual mà đàn vẽ này prăng sexual mà đàn tam đại cơ bản. Tàn chẳng thế, bạn lên hỏi, có mấy cái snowball là bạn phải sọc. Linh ní lát kém một phân man còn Moscow vay man này, tại thơ make có mấy cái snowball. Ấy đâu chê. Giờ ta sexual, vừa tới thằng này trốn lát mà đàn không. Còn Moscow miên của vui thâm bằng khẳng.
At some point, IG has to be able to go ahead and kind of recalculate here. As we look at the replay, once again, this was an easy objective take. Zara Egoist does win the retribution. You know, that's one of the things, again, this is a very skilled player. He's young, he's just aggressive, likes to pick these hyperscaling heroes, and it'll come down to retribution where he's just able to go ahead and cap it off against Kelvin.
And there you go, you can see in that replay, he's going nice, knowing that he's done good, his due diligence, and not to mention that he is in a position to actually hard carry this game.
Team Spirit có kiện đăng này thà. Ôi rồi, mình tụi bánh xà vô mình. Ô bệt. Ô vừa lấy là copy nè, copy Mino. Lại này vay với man, copy Mino vay với man. Anh không biết là copy link mình. Chui. What the fuck, bro?
He's thinking about it. He's got that Bladed Tempest, but the problem is, without the Shadow Steps, he can't pick up and actually now. With that being said, despite everything that has happened, 5-2, it's a 4K minutes.
Gideon is on the jungle.
Ôi tao lôi shot đấy. Nè cái tua tia Ignite Gaming lôi shot đấy.
Because again, even when it comes down to a level gap, that plays a part.
One shot some mẹ nào nè.
The 50-50 for the retribution. It's not much of a 50-50 if you're too far down.
Mày ban thử Valentina ca sai pi mày thử mà pa po nhom. Dân bắt tu tia ra thằng này. Mà âm like một vị. Ê mày cả. Lại lái thằng cơ lại. Cộng chu lại.
From everything, nice little block there. Sunset Lover, Lord will be secured for Team Spirit.
Okay. Cầm liệt goal cùng mối KO chờ nó vui. Ôi đi mẹ làm tôi bắt chọn nó nha.
Man, he's kind of doing so much, and it's great to see that the rest of the team is able to become that strong foundation for them. No one's really overextending. No one is making too many mistakes. And even on the Hiko side, I think he literally is having a gold line experience as a fighter.
Which is weird.
Right?
Man, I don't know if boxers are used to all this going on. He can lead that charge because his kind of a threat, just with the nature of the way Paquito works and how he packs such a punch, is deadly enough. Where then again, Zari to just join the fight when everybody has pretty low in terms of health bars. You can go ahead and capitalize on kills. Sunset Lover, I'm surprised the Jushin hasn't been picked up as much, right? Even with her nerf a bit, she's still very valuable. Like this.
Hey,
you get the ice cream.
Let's break the shield. Okay.
Lord is gonna charge in up the top side.
Minion xong béo tiếp vào vô. Rồi thôi bạn. Diablo này. Tục chốt. Này, tục chốt. Dạ. No Singapore bay vinh nè. Vậy khi lịch ní cứ no problem nè nè. Họ đã cho lát game Moscow bay được không? Magic đi Magic ắt sơ chư tê, Magic poke tê, mình Magic nuke tê, chẳng cái bẹo nó chơi cái cho bay mong.
Is insane. So you can force this fight into this.
Yes,
none of the base turrets went down, but
one shot the line tweet. Nơi sọc cái này còn line tweet. Mày dưới này YouTube. Sai còn sọc cái lấy cái link pi platform này, cái line tweet, cái line nó thằng pi cái line tweet mà YouTube. Anh tâm xá bảo vô. Thôi. Dài chân đừng ngọc bên đại như. Tục tia lọ hao nha. Cái bọc đánh một lấy bạn lên mà rồi. Trời tích pilot xe men rồi nè.
My goodness, it doesn't seem like they able to get away. Oh, Sunset Lover quite low.
No, I mean, no Fury is basically unstoppable. Everybody doesn't have the base damage to actually deal with him, and now they're going to be taking literally everything away. This is their timer. As long as they don't make a mistake, DS should find an end game scenario in the next minute or so.
Đó là cái phụ mạch chơi. Ba rồi. Nè đại ban tu tia giờ Team Spirit.
This is not looking good at all in game.
MSC mà chỉ chơi miền đón miền này cái EWC MCG đón miền này thành công sang gọi miền. Cái pilot man thấy những đôi nhóm vậy pilot chậm. Châu buồn game man cái snowball đó man. Từ sang midland và lạnh tiếng nè bà top tèo. Bởi midland chỉ Eve, midland chỉ Lily giá em cái là top tèo. Stream 7 free và 5 free rồi. Why not casting side on his side?
Right now, this is. I mean, I'd say do the
oh my god, easy A. Still strong, guys.
Just let the Lord go in the hands.
Lo, comeback cả đấy, đọc khe nó đừng. Mà đọc khe rồi, the comeback to khang easy A Team Spirit đến từ solo game. Đâu được ngọc pram nhã comeback mình đàn.
Non-existent right now, and even your tank members, your tank hero.
Trời vậy nó sao được call?
Shredded down. I mean, even if Diablo tries to get in that front line, the problem, the risk of that is.
No, but they say Don miếng này, Don miếng này. Mà chỉ check the code Tom nè, Don miếng Don leak đây này.
Buckle in on this one because this defense, as crucial as it is,
Moscow không một cắt chết nó tầm ngom mũi rồi.
It really is, and I think there's a way for the entire team if they can just zone.
Ami rồi top tia. Từ sáng vô Valentine nè. Vô rồi top tia không ấy top. Nè. Ui, Moscow lại vậy à. Lại tia thôi, cái vay đi thở thôi, vay tia lọt vay tia giờ lại vay mình lọt vay tia. Spirit mình khăng. Nào, tầm trời bóng bóng nhân chia trời. Và bóng bóng nhân chia trời 10% rồi mà.
Again, I think a lot of people
này cái vô E khoan trời bà ơi. Này cái vô E khoan nè ơi trời nhung. Mình khơi trái với tiếng lỗ má. Thầy mình đặt smart ha ca lên vì mình đôi ca kết đi nó ơi. Ca lên sen ca kết sen nè một ở bài sắp rồi.
From what we've seen, it is clean. And for a team to bring in this kind of composition, the double fighter, make it work this well, it's kind of scary because, again, what more?
Tanky so cool.
What I love about it is it's showing how much trust they have in their brand new jungler. Picking up these funnels.
And the snowball
Team Spirit are cooking in the draft, and this is going to be a big statement if they end up 2-0 with this kind of draft. Gideon, this is so... I want to say unusual for what we're seeing, but I love to see it, man. The meta is continuing to focus and shift into different ways than what we're used to.
There have been rumors about this Marat's EXP. The question is, I wasn't really expecting it to show up this early on.
Banh Mariel Nacker, Banh Mariel High, copy link that show no like link pin comment. Link pin comment chăm thì chăm phép chăm chắp ở đây chăm phép xong chắp mạnh đi chăm phép.
So you don't really have anything to like maintain your stacks in the meantime while you're waiting underneath turret or the enemy side.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we'll have to see executed through Kid Bomba. Again, Barrett's XP is not something you see too often, but it's tanky enough. Yes, he's going to struggle a little bit to get some of the stacks, but again, maybe it's going to result in something where he's just trying to set up the Daytona as well. Again, your control utility on this composition from Team Spirit is just kind of
hero cover, cover
the lantern flare and the beacon from Sunset Lover.
Link lụa đai ra là tận control cái nerf chẳng link với farm ton mình utility.
We just saw this earlier today too.
Early with sustain man cái đọ mình lấy hay link rồi, the sustain man.
On a Harara, and let's say even you to the point where you pick up Sky Pierce and you got 8 stacks, dude, you are a killing machine basically in your own right, and you're hard enough to catch. So when you're centered around that and you have all the crowd control in the world, that's the difficult part for gaming if they want to go ahead and fight this. Now, the Ling for Kelvin can essentially do the same thing, but you're playing into that. Your Lilia does a lot of this early game damage. Eventually, the Brody can scale up as well. So there's a lot more, I feel like, possibilities for Ignite Gaming to make use of.
You know, speaking of possibilities, I'm thinking whether or not Kid Bomba's entire purpose is to just bog down Diablo, right? You know, go for the Daytona's welcome, eat him up, make sure they don't have access to Ruin. Frame's already out there, and Ruin coming through. Flicker, Diablo the Daytona's welcome connects as well. Bringing him against the wall, Hiko takes out Jay, but now the Bladed Tempest is out. First blood is done, but there's only so much he can do. Hiko captures him mid-air as his first turtle has turned into a bloodbath.
Sing, bad hero.
Oh my god. He flickered for the kill and he got it. 2 kills.
Oh my god, bro.
On the gold lane of Freya.
Okay, early McKay bad
once
line.
Again, just a team fighting upper hand that we see from Team Spirit. Again, this was a great gleam into the throne.
Còn là load tao phliếm, Brad load lên phliếm. Brad nó còn counter link này, rồi này về ba ultimate nó bị mình nhùn.
This is a great point.
Chẳng còn lấy load lên phliếm không. Brad nó còn counter cay ai vậy man.
Really good stuff. Even Bomba was making sure, like, hey, I see Kelvin coming down. I'm gonna make an attempt with the Daytona's welcome, despite everything. I think it's really great, right? It's about denying the fall from your opponents, and I think whoever makes that big impact at the very beginning of that fight usually makes the difference here. Despite Diablo having to lose out on a big chunk of EXP, I think it's all right. I mean, he did lose his flicker, unfortunately, but that doesn't matter. They gotta wait until the next turtle before they're even gonna consider another team fight.
Yeah, that team fight basically showed us that kind of this choreography here, as you see it again, you know, the Gleam, the Throne of Ruin being used up. But I feel like even if they land those, they're just not, unfortunately, in that position to capitalize. He's a big part of this. Daytona's welcome, though.
Well, it's already good, and I think they should be able to find a kill here, but the Bladed Tempest will allow Kelvin a way out. Does he still have his fixed points? Yes, he does. Now he's going to from this area. I don't think they have the early game damage to make this work. Kelvin is running the killing spree. He's not running Warcry for the early, early exceptional damage. Not to mention that CS has been kind of isolated for a large majority of these fights as well, because they can't seem to get these rotations down. Roy, maybe in some trouble. Black Shoes already out here.
Game muốn bây giờ Lilia mà chết rồi lên bán ad vô này.
That's one of the scary things, you know. Zara doesn't have to do anything crazy. It's just like he does the combo. You essentially have to pop your Black Shoes, your ultimate, or even a flicker later on. So, you know, that's something to deal with if you're IG, not being able to fight force. What you're noticing too, Kid Bomba, because he has a Daytona's welcome, and sometimes he's just going for Kelvin, you know, gets the ultimate out of the Ling. You don't have that anymore. And slowly but surely, that's going to delay the Ling further for Kelvin, but they're going to fight it off here. Second turtle is up. He's going to grab his purple buff. We'll see if he gets here in time. They'll calculate this. Again, he goes pushing up top. towards that top turret. Here they break out though.
Yep, they're slowly attacking Sawo. Spots out where the backline is supposed to be. Hiko's thinking about maybe going for it, but he's shown presence here on the map. He might start making his way over into the mid lane. Bomba still maintaining his stacks as much as he possibly can here. Throwing a ruin, only connecting onto one, but Sunset Lover is looking to respond. With max stacks on those butterflies, Sawo finds the kick in a perfect angle on top of the glue. Jay should explode here, but he's got nobody to jump on. And Sawo just makes out with a sliver. CS takes him out. And now Hirara looking for an opportunity, but unfortunately just ain't enough.
Ní điên con mơ đây kìa. Nè, trăng máu, trăng máu. Ê, con ma đấy.
But it's not over apparently. Jay decided to
ngọc Jay mình bạn. Cái thằng ấy thì mình đang bàn đây.
I understand what Jay was doing there. They had a whole lot happen for IG in that team fight. Calvin. Okay. He survives, stays alive, turtle secure. That's what matters, but again, going back to that fight, it just seemed like Team Spirit was actually not in connection. You know, like they were all going in at different times. They got kind of caught in a bad position, and it was great to see IG punish that. But then, of course, you know, they need to continue building up on that. And that's why I was saying, they got many options to play with. There's a kick once again.
Oh, it looks good now. Okay, throwing a ruin comes down.
Vay mui nâng máu, vay đã xa vô nâng máu. Vay xa vô máu. Ôi, Link flicker đấy. Vay đã xa vô máu nâng. Vay đã xa vô nâng tư sủa Link hơi. Ôi, Link miên giặt với Link chảo là. Nhà thích pi mùi tùm tùm pi mùi. Khi này cái dọc bí cái này. Thế bên này dọc bí.
Earlier on he had the blade of Hepsis. He was actually able to do some decent damage just with that one item, but of course, you know, getting those marks off and then that torn apart memory. He's got a lot of space that he could work with, depending on how the team sets a fight up. But that's, I guess the biggest part of that is where does Diablo land with his Throne of Ruin? Is he going to be able to gleam on the right targets? Because like in the last one, again, whether you hit one or three members, that changes a big part of the team fight, you know? And so now these battle spells are coming back online here for Team Spirit. Same for IG. You still got about a minute for that flicker to be available. And you know, the flicker isn't always needed for an Alice to get that set up that you're kind of looking to see, but nonetheless, it's better if you have it. You cover more distance, you know, and you can surprise Team Spirit from that. So right now, they're just kind of staunching the bleeding here. There's a kick.
Oh, it's so good, but do they have enough damage? Unfortunately, not enough. Blade Tempest is already out, attacking Hirara, and even using the Finch Poise. But Kevin decides not to seize Kid Bomba and Sunset Lover and has decided, I'm out. I'm done with this. Even Diablo and Roy, just making sure that the rotations are slow so that the reinforcements don't come in time.
This is an opening.
Ignite mà bên Singapore not Malay guys. Singapore, bên Philippines.
So this should just be an easy turtle to take.
Oh, Throne Ruin coming in, and now the descent of Valkyries is Hiko's thinking about
Philippines Calvin ngay Philippines này đó Singapore buôn
able to at least get one with the help of CS. Are they not going to punish this? I'm expecting a
Calvin
punish here.
Link này nè.
For a completely different target as Diablo is dead. Hiko takes out CS. And can they? No, didn't see it. But Roy will pray so hard. Like, how do you get rid of this Freya continuously walking in your face? Kevin is going to try. Oh my god, he's about to get Sunset Love. Finch Poise gets him. He might actually outplay.
What?
And he does. He gets on out of
what the heck?
That's what we need to see from a
oh my god, bro.
Movement there from Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Team Spirit was able to get a couple kills in the hands again of Hiko.
Oh, game comeback ra Kelvin đi hơi. Game comeback ra Kelvin đi hơi. Oh, Kelvin đi lỗ.
He just purchased the Haas Claw, and all of a sudden now he can enter in and out of the fight, especially if the rest of the members of Team Spirit just don't look at him for half a second, right? Because the fight begins, they start this huge engagement right into the center of the Turtle Pit. The worst part about it is that Zara didn't take any of that damage. That's why it's so difficult to kind of get
មានអារម្មណ៍ team IG នេះIgnite នេះមានអារម្មណ៍ថា macro អត់ចូលគ្នាទេអ្នកនរ
Like there was an initiation here in the mid lane. They're going.
នេះមានបត់លេបហ្នឹងជីកកវាមកជីកកវាមកហ្នឹងវាយអូនហ្នឹងមកអូនឈួរ hit bombastic ហ្នឹងវាយទៅ
Tier 1 going to collapse.
Wow, that was a big fight. I wonder if we're going to get a chance to go in and see how exactly that all started. But again, the off of it, Tier 1, Tier 2.
My bro, đi vay chun. Ôi, vay tập head chọc.
This is the
missing
ignition
lantern,
and Ignite Gaming finds it. They open up the map a little bit more. 13 seconds away from the Lord. Here's the replay brought to you by STC. This is where it started. This damage that he has off of a couple item pickups. Already showing a good follow through with the Alice from Diablo here to make sure they win that fight. At this stage, it's just a chain reaction, but nobody can get on top of this Brody. Oh man, Zara takes away the potential Maniac here, but man, what a full team wipeout. A triple kill for Hiko. He's off to it again here in this iteration of MSC at EWC 2026. Yes, they got the Lord. Team fight. This was set up for success, but then it all fell apart because of the way that you position yourself around the map. Beacon. The timing that Sunset Lover just gets the purchase of the Ice Queen came in clutch. All of a sudden, we're not keeping up with them as much as we are. Sunset Lover's in trouble. Blade Attempt is forcing out the flicker, but Kevin, he's looking for anybody at this point. He wants battle spells. He'll sniff blood in the water. Kelvin is mad, man. He knows that shouldn't have happened. After that Lord secure. So essentially, what does it result to? You know, this Lord that they were able to take, it doesn't really get much for them. They're back to square one, but that's not too bad if you're IG because you needed to go ahead and get yourself settled into this game, build up on that Brody. You can see it. He's got the Skypiercer, Blade of Hepsies, which he had the first item. Philippines he's able to get that little bit of extra range to work with, which is pivotal for them to win these fights. Because as we're seeing, Hiko's a problem, man. Someone's got to shut him down, and he has been sticking to the right targets, and if it's not CS, because CS has movement to work with, he's right on Roy. He's going for Kelvin. You know, he's able to go ahead.
Head dash, yeah. Come on, Kevin. Head dash Esports, Kevin Esports.
Available. You know, you think you get away from the fray, and the next you know, she's flying forward to you. He sees this. Luckily, isn't able to knock Kevin off this wall. Roy's got to be reliable source of damage. Only second CS and that purple buff taken away. Now they're initiating Throne of Ruin just to disengage. Kibamba, does he want to punish this though? Welcome. They all split. Now back to the lane management. Tier 2 turret gonna fall up top. Another jungler battle here. Kelvin. No buffs, but he will be able to doesn't need to use the ultimate either, so keeps that. We'll grab his orange, and this is just team spirit playing pressure in their side of the jungle against IG. You know, if you're IG, you kind of want to get them out of that space. You know, you don't want to get too far caught up because again, with the Jushin or the kick available for Solo, you could get thrown in this fight, and you're going to end up burning the flicker. They're testing the water. And I think that's exactly what they need to do. As scary as it is to put your foot over no man's land, praying that you don't get shot whenever you lift your head up in the trenches. Somebody has to be brave enough to try and beat that reaction from inside of Team Spirit. And so far, in a lot of these scenarios, Team Spirit has been very cool, calm, and collected. This is going to be started up really quickly. Kelvin thought he'd go back to base, but there is a bit of a push up here, too. Now mid lane, look at the positioning of Solo as well.
Brody
IG can't contest this no longer. Diablo, he's trying to This feels a whole lot Hiko Mania, man. I mean, he had 9-0 and 3 on a fight. It was Bruno initially, and now it's this Valkyrie. And it's so scary to see Spirit in this almost psychopathic mentality, right? Like nothing seems to be phasing them. We're not getting much reactions from these guys as well, yet they are playing like absolute machines.
Sawo
knows. He knows Kelvin's there. I would assume so, unless, again, buff is not available, so maybe they just think it's Kelvin and Kelvin is elsewhere. But turret-wise as well, they've opened things up a little bit further. They're going to try to cut that wave up top.
Chẳng khơi phải cái bàn muôn mùi mà. Này mất Kevin. Một anh càng nghiêm rồi.
And Zariguis, they're here.
Oh, good Finch boys coming in from Kelvin. Good reaction time just to buy a little bit of space for the team to just breathe for a moment, look at the map, and now simultaneously these waves are not going to be able to crash in at the same time, but at the very least they can delay it and then hit them one by one, minimize the structural damage overall.
Yep. He's going to go ahead and cut that mid wave again. So good usage again. This is what you expect with the lane. Zariguis. I don't think this is something that Zar should try for, not without help, or at least a single bit of CC. But how mobile they are as they're looking to steal away another
Esports World Cup.
Yeah, this is one of the things, though. They can't really knock down these turrets easily without getting in range. One of the disadvantages of not having that traditional marksman that you're used to seeing. So even with that Lord, they're doing a little bit of damage to the base turret up top, but essentially not able to start taking them down. So IG, they're still okay. I mean, I know this is a 4,000 gold lead for TS, but IG, based on their team composition, might have a chance to go ahead and win a big team fight, play the map. Kelvin is doing exactly what he needs to do.
He's finding that space. He's buying that time. Already 16 minutes in. Probably not exactly where Finch is hoping to be. Oh, he just got off the Finch boys. He's in trouble right now. He's got the bladed tempest here. The question is which direction to go. Tried to outplay it, but unfortunately, it's just too much damage for him to handle. And now the rest of the team might just be in some trouble as the way the dragon has already been used. They're trying to pull him away. And now they pull him right in front of Roy. He doesn't get it off in time. And the rest of the team is now in some huge trouble. As Team Spirit, oh, they're gonna let Hiko die for this now.
Giờ tới mình thở rút về có Kevin nó thở rút mà chui lên chỗ này.
Unless they can stop this, and they hit it. I mean, what can they do at this point? Under tower, they literally can absorb all the damage.
They're gonna chase down Diablo too. They're gonna whittle him down enough. They got a mid-wave push here. TS looking to cap out a game.
They're gonna be able. They might actually. No, wait, hold on. Roy, how long until he's come back up? I have no idea. Now, apparently, his eternal black shoes as Diablo get kicks out, and that is going to be it. Look, Kevin, does he have it? Retribution, anybody to try and clear that wave, and
oh my God.
Oh, Kelvin will keep them in the game for now.
Kevin buying
themselves a chance, but the Lord
Kevin Team
Spirit will make their
way
forward.
Đó.
Yeah, the purple buff's going to be taken.
Chỉ vứt về tình yêu khăn lên. Anh ấy bắt đầu carry 4 minion.
Team Spirit will get themselves this Lord.
Rút mà ngay rồi, rút tê luôn. Rút mà ngay rồi, rút tê.
The pace of IG capping out
Rút
potentially.
nơi ta rero đó.
Now the rest of the team is actually still some real damage here from the side of Ignite Gaming. The only problem is whether they can consistently peel Hiko, and that's the big issue. There's so much CC across the board that splits them apart.
Here's the good thing.
What's the good thing?
A lot of the battle spells are down for Team Spirit.
Okay, that's not bad.
And what we've seen so far for Hiko is he's wanted those flickers to be able to make those plays, right? So there is a chance here for IG to go and clear this out. Conceal going to be used. Kelvin's going to go do his own thing, cut that wave if he can. This base turret's going to be working on up top, though. Half health on this Lord. They're on the defense. They're going to go and try to slice and dice their way. Now Team Spirit, what does Kelvin do here? He's clear out the waves.
Yeah, I don't think they have a real answer to this Lilia just clearing these waves, and not to mention that if they overextend themselves, there's a good chance Diablo will respond in kind. It's going to at least be a Wishing Lantern purchase coming in from Sunset Lover, and I can't think of a way
Kevin is
he has to really like force the
minion
challenge of the fight.
Yeah, this has to be one of those cases where the end angle for Team Spirit is they got to get a pick. Oh, how's the blades used? Kelvin's going to be fine.
Chăm ta liệp Kevin này vậy mình đã cái đăng mé vậy. Trời Kevin đăng nhất. Rốt phải.
90 seconds for that Lord to be up.
Đăng thằng kia đăng thằng dân mau phò lên kia rốt vô mà.
Where you had 80 stacks on the hero. This one's 77, but nonetheless still deadly.
Look at that, bro.
So dangerous. And I mean, at least
mấy mình ơi bay phò nó cái bay ngọt anh.
Just continuously be hidden shadows across the map. Make sure that TS has to react to you, and if they respond, they're the ones wasting time and not the other way around. Okay, he go pop.
Ô đánh bờ cho rồi. Tao ngóp lại nó ngóp lên. Ngóp cái lại nữa.
Really no need to fight here. Just wait
cho rốt lan cho anh ta chơi cái này là off flicker bạn. Trời ơi, bạn ấy cho chạm cái trời.
I think that was more of a maybe a limit test type thing, you know, just see what he could end up happening. But he's not going to have the flicker now for this Lord take.
Oh, I just saw the items, and Jay has been a very naughty boy. He goes for the genius one on top of everything else, and there's only two people that really benefit off of this, which is the Alice alongside with Roy on the Lilia.
He just wants to shred that magic defense, man. You know, shred it enough where then maybe the Lilia, maybe you have Diablo contributing to those fights. Because again, what is Jay going to essentially do? He's going to find his target whether that brings him back to the team or not. But yeah, maybe if he was a little more durable here, a little tankier, it could help them in the long team fights. But right now, they just don't have much of a choice, Gideon, given how the nature of this game is gone. You're down this much gold, which at a certain point, it doesn't matter so much about the gold difference. It's more so how they're executing things. And this Lord is up, so they want to get in position, it looks like, to actually contest this one. But they're going to have to get here fast if they want to. Already half health on the Lord. Position from Sawo through this. Kelvin's going to join it.
Where is it?
Lại đi em. Cái lại đi em rồi. Rồi em lại đi em nè rồi. Khoan lo hai mơ cài phong. Mơ cài phong. Tốt này tốt. Ôi bị nhát tao tụi mày cái bế này. Kevin cái lại đi. Đây vay cái mà Mr. Bombastic eo. Mười đâu mùi đến đâu Romer. Đâu pi thôi đâu pi thôi. Đâu mày Ellie thằng mày đâu mày.
And this is the advantage right now of having the base turrets down. Team Spirit has an angle here to go ahead and start up this Lord once again, even without Kid Bomba. They know that IG has to deal with the waves, but this is an important Lord. It's going to take a little bit longer for them to secure. And the wave clear from IG is great, but half health now. They're
lại chăng
Ui, lại nó completely give this up. They're attacking Sunset Lover, but he immediately has to use the Winter Crown. He flickers away. All defensive spells have been used, and now Team Spirit we've won the competition. We get the Lord now.
What a push and pull for this Lord. And Team Spirit shows that experience, that veterancy that they have in this basically evolved type of dance. You know, for the Lord, it's weird to see, especially when assassins are in play, but that's the nature of things.
This is some Muay Thai, right? We thought it was boxing. They are doing everything they can to hurt their opponents, right? Low leg kicks, hurt the ankles, make sure they can't move around as well, get away the battle spells. And now this could be the final moment.
This Lord, healthy and heavy, push it on in. They're gonna go for it.
Kì vay tiếng hay kì vay tiếng. Kì vay tiếng hơi. Kì vay tiếng thế. Kì mình khoa thế. Kì mình chờ cạch cho sẽ kì vay tiếng. Ôi, Kevin phone hot hai mà đánh đi. Phone sầm rạ man. Phone sầm rạ man.
A day of sweeps here.
Mưa sạch đôm nhung phong.
Opening day for MSC groups and man.